Hello, welcome to our instructional video on Pro Estimator by Web-Est. In this video, we'll review how Pro Advisor works in relation to damage entries on your estimate. Go ahead and open up an existing estimate or create a new estimate. In this example, we're going to open an existing estimate. Navigate to the Add Parts page. Here, you will select the section that you wish to make the damage entry on. In this case, we're going to pick front bumper, and we're going to say that we're going to replace this bumper. So I'll go ahead and select number 1, and in the multi-part pop-up, select the correct bumper cover, and we'll accept the paint. You'll then get your overlap recommendations pop-up. In this case, we do want overhaul, so I'm going to accept all overlaps. And then you will see your Pro Advisor add-on recommendations pop up. Notice that we have certain selections already highlighted in blue. We've chosen on the rate profile for Pro Advisor to have these charges automatically selected for inclusion on the repair anytime an entry is made. Now, many of these entries will only appear one time, which is customary for certain charges. Once they've been selected, they'll no longer appear on additional damage entries. You'll notice that we have color sand and buff selected. If we wanted to deselect that, we simply click or tap on that line, and notice the blue highlight leaves. We're going to add that back on though. And in this case, we want to go ahead and add clean vehicle for delivery, so I'm going to select that entry. Now that I have on there all the entries that I want for this damage entry, you notice we have our bumper cover replacement and our overhaul labor on here. I'll go ahead and click on Accept Selected. Those entries will automatically be added to the estimate. Notice that with one primary entry, we now have all the additional necessary entries for charges that are necessary for this repair without having to manually select them individually. We'll go ahead and print a copy of the estimate, for example. Here you'll see your entries. Notice they're sorted with the front bumper entry, all of our Pro Advisor recommendations. That way they're easily identifiable as necessary to that section damage entry. Another feature with our estimating program is that should you decide that you do not want that primary damage entry on the estimate, perhaps it was selected in mistake, you can go ahead and delete that primary entry, and you'll notice that all of the other recommendations from Pro Advisor will also be removed from the estimate to allow you to make another selection. In this example, we'll say we actually wanted to repair that bumper cover, so we'll go ahead and select to repair it, and we're going to say that that needed a 2-hour repair. We'll hit the OK. Notice we get a new add-ons recommendation pop-up from Pro Advisor. We'll go ahead and say, yeah, we do want to clean the vehicle for delivery after the repairs are completed. We'll accept that. And notice that those line entries are now added to the estimate. Pro Advisor will give you the opportunity to ensure that you're charging for all necessary operations on the repair of the vehicle, and you're not leaving any money on the table. The next section we put in, we're going to go ahead and do entry for the hood. We'll say we do need to replace the hood in this case, so I'll go ahead and click on Replace and select the hood. And we're going to go ahead and select to add for underside. Then hit the OK button. We'll now have our hood panel on. Notice that we have new recommendations popped up for the replacement operation of the hood. We're going to go ahead and say we do want to color sand and buff that hood as well. We do need color tinting to ensure we have a good color match, and we want to cover the car for overspray. I'm going to go ahead and select Accept Selected. Those entries have now been added to the estimate, and as you'll notice, we have 10 damage entries in here for repair costs based off of the 2 primary entries of repairing the bumper cover and replacing the hood. This will save a large amount of time when assembling the estimate, as well as making sure you maximize the necessary charges for that individual repair. Thank you for your interest in Pro Estimator. Thank you for your interest in Pro Advisor. And thank you for being a Web-Est customer.